right, it's been like a week. It's actually been a little bit more than a week since I got my SGB shot. It's been like a week and a half. So I'm ready to like talk about it and like review it because I wanted to wait for the anesthesia to like fully engulf my bundle of nerves, and I got a 2-hour drive ahead of me, so I got time today. So basically, the shot was in my neck right here, into a bundle of nerves called the Stella ganglion block, I think. So it's just a shot of like anesthetic into that, and what it's supposed to do is reverse the fight or flight mechanism that your body has when it experiences like something traumatic. If you experience like enough trauma or a bad enough trauma, it gets like stuck sometimes and you get PTSD. So I've had PTSD for like as long as I can remember. I think it's become more complex as I got older because my symptoms got like worse and worse. So when I found out that they had a shot for it, I was like all for it. I also wanted to point out, I think most people think PTSD comes from like sexual trauma or like being in the war specifically, but I mean, you can have trauma from literally anything. You can have trauma from like car accidents, or like a dead loved one dying, or like being in an abusive relationship. You can really have trauma from so many different things, so I wanted to point that out. But anyways, before I got the shot, my symptoms were like daily anxiety, like crippling anxiety. I'd be shaking, nervous. I basically felt like I was dying a lot of the time, and I had a lot of triggers. I didn't even know what they were because I had so many fucking triggers, that being alive was basically my trigger. So I kind of really needed it. I also like couldn't sleep well and things like that, and I had panic attacks. I haven't had them recently as bad as I have had them in the past. I used to get them like every day at one point, and I would hyperventilate and make myself like almost pass out or check myself into the ER because I really thought I was dying and it was just a panic attack. So yeah, those are my symptoms. So I got the shot last Monday and I was really nervous, but it was quick. The shot itself took like 3 minutes. It was super fast. They numbed the area, so I didn't feel anything. I did feel like a pop at first when she first started injecting the anesthetic into my nerves, and that kind of hurt, but I mean, it was like half a second. And then I had something called Horner's something. I don't know. It's like it's a bunch of symptoms that you get from the shot, but it's basically saying like the shot worked, like we hit the right spot and it's working. And I had like a droopy eye. It was hard to swallow. I was coughing a little bit. My head felt really big because my neck was numb. So like if I like put my head back, it felt like it was gonna fall off my body. So that was kind of weird. The day of and the day after, I was kind of like really in a bad mood. I don't know if it was shot related or just because I hadn't slept well at all. But then one thing I noticed like immediately after was that my brain was like really quiet. Like usually I try to explain it to Adam all the time. It's like really loud in my head, and right after the shot, could have been placebo, I don't know. Right after the shot, it felt like the volume had gotten turned down, so I started like crying a lot like right after I got the shot, and it was really embarrassing. But the anesthesiologist that did my procedure was super nice, and yeah, I mean, I really can't say enough good things about the shot. Like I feel like a completely different person. Adam says I act like a completely different person. I'm calmer. I don't get mad over stupid shit anymore because I was really irritable all the time before. I would definitely say I'm happier. I feel like I've laughed more genuinely and felt more carefree this last week and a half now than I have in the last, I don't know, like 8 years. Yeah, I'm going to go get a second shot in like a week and a half, so it should just help that much more. And I definitely think anybody who thinks they need it should get it. I haven't had anxiety since the day I got it, which is like insane for me. So yeah, also I have kind of lost the want to drink, which was a big deal for me. that was like another thing I really was hoping for, and I think it really has done that. So yeah, if you have any like similar symptoms from PTSD related things, I think you should 100% consider getting the SGB shot. Okay, I promise I'm almost done. But a couple more things people had asked me about. So the shot itself cost $2,950 after taxes. They go through this place called the Stella Center, so you have to call the Stella Center, and then they'll like tell you what office to go to. The closest one to me in Tampa was Bonita Springs, so it was like 2 hours away from me. The procedure covers everything. They guarantee results, so if you don't get like relief or enough relief from the first shot, they'll keep doing it. They'll give you another shot in this right side, and then if you still need more, they'll give you another 2 shots in the left side for free. Like it's covered by the cost of it. So yeah, I think that's it. Also, I had someone ask me about like being diagnosed with PTSD. I was diagnosed in 2015. So like I knew I had PTSD amongst like all the fucking reasons I already had to like have PTSD. Like a diagnosis is just like, oh yeah, obviously. But you don't have to be diagnosed necessarily to get the shot. Like they don't ask you to like prove it. They don't care why you have PTSD or anything like that. But you can actually go on stellacenter.com and they have like a quiz you can take, which is weird, but I mean the questions are pretty spot on, and you can find out if you have PTSD that way. If you don't have PTSD and you want the shot, I don't know how much relief it'll give you necessarily, because it is to switch off that fight or flight mechanism. So as far as that goes, I don't know. I know there are some people have gotten it to treat like just regular anxiety, and I want to say they like didn't have the same like reaction that the people who did have PTSD had. Like they were like, oh, I kind of got relief, but like I like really got relief. So yeah, I don't know, you'd have to search that yourself.